So, I'm gonna bitch for a minute. Jesus preached love and peace. Well, he didn't. But let's just pretend he did. Let's roll with the idea that Jesus was all about humility, generosity, and compassion. He tells his followers to go out and spread the good word. And we take that as, go talk to people, yell on street corners, hand out pamphlets, spam Facebook. But here's the thing, if you actually read the stories, you'll see something different. Jesus didn't mean, go talk people's ears off. He meant, live it. Be the example. Make people want to live like you. Like that story, where Jesus tells a rich man to give away everything to the poor. Did he literally mean give up everything? Probably not. People still need to survive. What he meant was clear. Give up your excess. Live simply. Use what you don't need to help those who do. That's what spreading the word looks like. Not screaming about hellfire. Not tithing 10% to keep the church lights on. Not paying for someone to pray for your sick dog. It means living in a way that lifts others up. Okay? Now fast forward to today. What do we see? Televangelists, megachurches, prophets on YouTube asking for donations. Send money so they can pray for Uncle Steve's cancer. Sign up for a monthly prayer plan for your financial breakthrough. Donate your last $5 so they can tell God to stop tormenting your Aunt May. And people fall for it. Not because they're stupid, but because they're not that smart. There's a difference. They're vulnerable. They're hurting. They're just trying to hold on to something that gives them hope. And these con artists know it. They dress it up in religion, and that makes it untouchable. If anyone else tried this scam, they'd be arrested for fraud. But call it faith, and you're a spiritual leader. They wear $3,000 suits, roll around in limos, fly private jets while preaching about humility, build churches the size of stadiums, and then tell you to sacrifice more. Meanwhile, there are people sleeping on the sidewalk outside their front doors, families rationing food, elderly folks choosing between meds and rent, and the church locked up tight after Sunday service. Tell me, why isn't that mega church filled every night with the homeless? Why isn't there free food, warm beds, and help for the vulnerable? I'll tell you why. Because that's not profitable. Now here's the crazy part. If these people, these fake pastors, actually lived like Jesus, if they sold their mansions, lived in modest homes, used their wealth to build low-income housing, bought vans to take the sick to the doctor, fed the hungry with their millions, if they did that, I might actually become a Christian. I wouldn't even care what happened 2,000 years ago, because I'd be seeing it now, in real life, where it actually matters. But they don't, because they're not followers of Jesus. They're just really good at using his name. And you know what's funny? If heaven exists, these charlatans might be first in line, because they're exactly like the guy who runs the place. A God who demands worship, who threatens eternal fire, who punishes the innocent and rewards obedience. They're just following his example. And that says everything you need to know. But not all Christians are like that. There's one guy, an actual example of what a Christian should be. His name, Jimmy Carter. Now, say what you want about his presidency. Maybe he wasn't cut out for the job. I was a kid, I don't remember. But after one term in office, he didn't go chasing speaking gigs. He didn't cash out on book deals. He built houses. He and his wife kept living in the same modest home they bought decades earlier. They spent their time, energy, and money on Habitat for Humanity, actually helping the poor, actually housing the homeless. He didn't brag about it, he just did it. No private jets, no mega church, just a hammer and some humility. You want to talk about being Christ-like? Forget the robes, forget the sermons. Just look at Jimmy. I may not follow Jesus, but I'd follow Jimmy because he lived it. He showed us what faith looks like when it's not for sale. And in a world full of liars and gold-plated pulpits, that stands out. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time.